Shai, this seemed like just such a muddy game, a game that had no flow for either team. What is it like out there on the floor in a game like this? It's so choppy.
Yeah, every night looks different. Some night it's a little, we call it like the mud games, a little slower, not as pretty a basketball. But every night has controllables that you can take care of that help you put yourself in position to win the game. And as simple as it usually and always is, like we just didn't do enough of that to win tonight.
You had, I think, 7 quick points in clutch time, took the lead. There's still 2 minutes left though. You guys kind of hit that signature run that you had. What happened maybe over the last couple minutes that just didn't quite go you guys' way?
Fouling, rebounding, and then I got blocked and stripped late in the game. But I think the whole second half, we could have did a better job of rebounding, and giving a team like that extra possessions doesn't help at all. We were doing a good job on the first shot offense, especially when the game is being called that way. Doing a good job the first time is hard to do. You get a stop, get a rebound, and go the other way. But when you don't, you give a whole new life. They get a whole new opportunity to score. Whether they make a shot, go to the free line, whatever it is. But yeah, giving a good team second chance points, second chance opportunities makes it very hard.
You mentioned their second chance opportunities. I think you guys had 5 offensive boards in the fourth quarter. It seemed like you were matching their fight. Even if you weren't able to pull it out, how much is maybe that something that you guys can, point towards and, carry momentum into the next game?
Yeah, it always takes you in the right direction, getting offensive rebounds. Same reason why you don't want to give them up. NBA players are really good. When you give them multiple chances, they get it right eventually. So, yeah.
Does the narrative, do you guys have the special whistle bother you, especially on a night like tonight where the stats don't support that? I mean, they had 47 free throws to your 30. What is kind of your thoughts on that? And has it reached a point where you just maybe blocked it out entirely?
Yeah, I don't care not one bit. I can't control how the refs blow the whistle, ever. I've never been able to, never been a ref. All I can do is play basketball, and that's all I focus on, trying to win games and championships.
Shai, there's a lot of wind at y'all's face in this game, just not shooting well and obviously being in an opposing crowd, opposing arena, very emotional game. But you guys seem to consistently show a lot of composure in these sort of environments as a group. Just what goes into that? How are you guys able to just kind of remain composed in those situations?
Yeah, we've been here before. We've won tough games on the road. We've played amazing on our own and blew a team out. We've been in almost every situation the team can be in, especially in the past couple years. When you have that under your belt, tucked away in your pockets, you know how to act in the situations, and we just grow with time, as we should. Use the experiences for lessons and get better from them.
Anything else?
All fire.
Thanks, Shai.
Questions for Coach?
Mark, what was your kind of sense of the game-changing factors in tonight's game?
Credit them. Great crowd, great night, and I thought they played really well. They hung with the game. They were hungry for the game. I thought, we did some really good things in some moments, and there's a lot we can learn from it. But credit Minnesota. I thought they outplayed us tonight.
We talked before the game just about the size and length at every position for the Timberwolves. How did that impact the glass? And then it seemed like some chip shots around the rim that you guys missed.
Yeah, we'll watch it. I think, there's times we're leaning into that and we're going a little smaller, and that's kind of the cost of doing business. You get a little more space on offense, a little more speed on the court, and you give up some length. And so some of those might be lineup decisions, and then there's other ones that we could probably control. So like any other, it was a high-level game, in a hostile environment, and one that we can take a lot from. So that's what we need to do. We need to take a lot from it.
You mentioned obviously their work on the offensive glass. You guys got a good amount of them down the stretch there. Seemed like you were really matching their fight, even though they fell short. Can you kind of just speak to what you saw out of your team down the stretch in terms of that?
Yeah, I mean, we put ourselves in a nice position late. You know, we had a lead going into the closing possessions, and then, you know, they just made a couple more plays than we did. But, you know, it was a close game. It could have gone either way. We've played a lot of these games this season. We've won a lot of them. We want to learn through the wins, and we have to learn through the losses. So it's a game that was a single possession game most of the stretch, and, you know, it comes down to execution. And I thought they, like I said, made one more play than we did.
Isaiah Joe got the start that third quarter over Hart. Can you kind of just speak to, you know, what led to that decision?
Yeah, a couple things. Foul trouble with Holmgren. Holmgren had 3, so we were trying to manage that a little bit. We're still bringing Hart back off an injury, so that had a little bit to do with his rotations tonight. And we were just, Isaiah played well in the first half, so we decided to give that a roll. We were planning on subbing Quick anyways, but that was what went into the decision.
Anybody else for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.